An ordinary day for me doesn't have much routine about it. As a freelancer, there isn't a set thing to do every single day. Some days can be spent in front of the computer editing, other days can be spent out on shoots, but the days where there isn't a set bit of work to do are the ones where it's really hard to get into a solid routine, and you can just end up flicking from one screen to the next. You know, a screen becomes a break from another screen. And that's a really bad routine and a bad cycle to get into. Slow to me is really important, especially in my wardrobe. I'm a big advocate for the slow fashion movement. I fell into it a couple of years ago and it just made so much sense to me. I think there's all these myths that slow fashion is boring or it's beige. And I have been experimenting with ways to introduce color into my style, and I've been really enjoying it, being a little more bolder. It's all about using what we already have, making the most of it, repairing if we can, keeping things going as long as possible, and more importantly, like really understanding what you want out of something and your own personal style. Living in Sheffield and being so close to the Peak District, you can build quite an odd relationship with nature. It's so easily accessible and so readily available that you can just simply overlook it. And I've done that for years. I didn't go out into the peaks for maybe the 4th year I was living in Sheffield and regretted it instantly because I had this wonderful thing on my doorstep the whole time. I definitely wasn't spending enough time outdoors, and for me, photography has been a way to almost force me out of the door. Having a camera and being outdoors, that really helps me to connect with what's there. Once you're out there, everything just melts away. I find myself so much clearer. I find it so peaceful. I'm more creative when I'm outside. Even if I don't have anything with me, I can just think through projects. I can think through ideas. There's just a clarity that doesn't come with being sat in front of a screen. Most of all, the outdoors for me brings perspective. When I started getting into slow fashion and understanding the term a few years ago, it's around the same time I started getting into the outdoors, and it just helped me to realize that I don't need the latest, greatest, plastic, fantastic clothing just to go for a walk. You can do it in whatever you have. With my work, it really helps to bring perspective on the pace that I'm moving. It's so easy to get caught up thinking that you're not doing enough or you're not moving fast enough, and just being outdoors really, really stills the mind.